What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss the stimulus check update, fourth stimulus package update, everything going on here in our country, in Washington, D.C., money, investing, the stock market, everything you need to know about on a daily basis. If you're new to our YouTube channel, make sure to subscribe down below. Click the subscribe button. It's completely free to do so you don't miss out on new videos that come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll keep you up to date with everything. And if you find these videos helpful, don't forget to smash the like button for us down below. Thank you so much. And you guys are amazing. Let's jump right in. We got a lot to talk about here. You can see here the island of Tonga had another eruption in their undersea volcano. And the first one sent a tsunami headed towards Hawaii and the west coast of California that did reach both Hawaii and California and closed beaches at both of them and reached that. You can see some of the pictures here from the eruptions, and there was a significant damage, and there is being evacuations done here at the island of Tonga, which is over there by Fiji and New Zealand, and a second eruption has now taken place. And yeah, absolutely just mind-shattering eruptions. You can see here this headline here from the first eruption that the tsunami from the Pacific volcano hits California coast with small waves and scattered flooding. I showed you the footage here from a few days ago that it did hit and it did come inland with several feet of waves flooding inland. And now we have another eruption. So, yeah, very, very, I don't even know the words to say here, but yeah, it's just crazy. It's almost like an atomic bomb going off over there on an undersea volcano. The head of Pfizer sees or says that he sees a return to, quote, normal life, put some quotes there, right, in the spring. Now you can tell me what you think if we're gonna see quotes a return to normal life in the spring. Yeah. I'm not so sure if I think we're gonna see that. You can tell me what you think. He says that these antiviral drugs, these pills that you can take, if they even have enough supply for that, which we don't have right now, these new um, virus COVID pills that they're producing now, that Merck and Pfizer are producing, are seen as the next step in the fight against the virus. Yeah, you can see here back on January 3rd, I believe it was, the FDA authorized the Pfizer and Merck COVID antiviral pills. The move brings two new weapons to the toolbox for fighting the pandemic. And the FDA has authorized these new pair of antiviral pills that could change the dynamic of the ongoing pandemic. The problem is that there's just not enough supply. There's just not enough supply. And you can see this recent headline. We just passed a major milestone of 850,000 total deaths here just in the US alone, over 5 million worldwide, and we're averaging 800,000 daily cases. So when you think about how many doses of those pills they would have to produce for people with severe cases, Uh, that would be a lot. It'd be millions. I don't even know how many they'd have to produce. Yeah, I mean, think about there's 800,000 people testing positive every single day. How many people would need to take that? How many severe cases, or how many people would need to take the antiviral pills? I don't think everybody would need to take it, but who knows, right? Um, they just don't have enough supply. They just don't have enough supply right now. That's the problem. So you can let me know your thoughts here if you agree with the head of Pfizer saying that we will, quote, see a return to normal life in the spring, which is only a few months away. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments. Meanwhile, the CDC has a suggestion to cancel football games and banned in nearly every U.S. school. And some people are calling that suggestion unrealistic. But the CDC is basically having a suggestion to cancel large gatherings like this because of how many people are testing positive. And, some people call those gatherings super spreaders. You get hundreds or thousands of people together in large gatherings. And, well, you can guess what happens in some of these, or a lot of these cases. And, well, you can see the headline here: CDC suggesting to cancel these football games, these band gatherings, and yeah, again, you can let me know your thoughts on that. Some people are for this, some people are against this, and I mean, yeah, 800,000 people are testing positive per day right now, new people per day, and this is kind of the battle going forward here. It's just it's worse than ever. Yeah, and this is why we're seeing more and more headlines like this. Could Congress pass another COVID relief package, another stimulus package, another emergency virus relief package, in addition to the Build Back Better package, which Congress is considering both of these right now? More pandemic relief. We are seeing a lot of pandemic relief on the emergency food assistance side. Right now, we have dozens of states passing, you can see here, SNAP emergency allotments. These are basically additional food assistance for everybody on the SNAP program, which is basically food assistance, or what the old name would be, food stamps. And this is additional money because of the pandemic added on top of your normal food assistance money. California is added on here in addition because they don't have SNAP. They have their own assistance program called CalFresh. So they would be included in here as well. It's just that they have a different name for it. But you can see here dozens of states here. It's like 38, 39 states here. So that is one thing that a lot of states are doing. And this costs a lot of money. A lot of money. A lot of these states are spending hundreds of millions of dollars, 200, $250 million per state in some cases, depending on their populations, every single month. Every single month. So these states are spending billions of dollars per year to do this. So that is something nice that we're seeing. But of course, we want to continue to see more and more programs like this. California, I reported here recently, is probably going to have another stimulus check here in 2022, which will be really good news here for about 27 plus million Americans. That's a lot of people when you consider that a lot of states don't even have a fraction of that population. You can actually take like 10 different states and combine them and just get to that amount of population here. But of course, California is only one state, and we want to continue. I'm not from California, but we want to see as many states as possible step up to the plate here in 2022 and do what California and what a bunch of other states have done here in the past, and give money back to their residents and help out in 2022 as well, or what the other states have done in 2021 and in 2020. Meanwhile, we have the Build Back Better package in addition to this other kind of packages here that we call virus relief, emergency COVID relief, right? We also have the Build Back Better stimulus package, two different stimulus packages here that are being considered in Congress, okay? It's not one or the other, it's both that are being considered, two different kind of stimulus packages. And when we think about virus relief, kind of stimulus checks here, paycheck protection program, um, pandemic relief. The SNAP assistance is kind of falls under pandemic relief. That's kind of pandemic emergency EBT, right? That's because of they're given that benefits because of the pandemic, right? Um, so there's a lot of different pandemic relief going on here. and being considered. But we also have the Build Back Better package that's being considered as well, that has a lot of different provisions in there. Benefits for seniors, hearing, dental, and vision, for Medicare. The child tax credits are in there. They want to extend that for 2022. Payments go out to about 60 million children. That has not been passed yet. A lot of these things could actually be pulled out and passed as standalone bills as well. We actually have some Republicans that are in support of a lot of different things in that bill as well, like the child tax credits, like stuff for seniors, hearing, dental, and vision, as well as things like the medical and paid family leave. That's another thing that could be pulled out as well, passed as standalone bills. You can see this headline here. Senator Tim Kaine expects core provisions to pass one way or another. And those are things that they are discussing right now on how to get things like this passed. Um, Joe Manchin has been a big kind of thorn in the side of the Democrats. Some people applaud him for this, especially people on the Republican side. But there are a lot of Republicans that are like, well, the child tax credits have actually been passed by Republicans. When we think about, when we go back here and look at like just kind of that one provision there, it was Republicans, former President Donald Trump, that actually passed and increased the child tax credits back with the 2017 child tax, or the 2017 um, Trump tax cuts. The 2017 Trump tax cuts were actually passed with the reconciliation process. That's right. They bypassed the filibuster, passed it all on their own without any Democratic votes. And one of the things in there was increasing the child tax credits from $1,000 per child to $2,000 per child. And they did that without any Democratic votes. Does that sound familiar? It's like, it's, if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander, right? The Republicans did that without any Democratic votes when the Republicans controlled the House, the Senate, the presidency. Of course, there was a whole bunch of things in that bill, and the Republicans passed that when they controlled everything. Okay. And one of the provisions in there was increase the child tax credits from $1,000 a year to $2,000 a year. It's a little bit different though. There's no monthly payments in there, and it's only $2,000 a year instead of $3,000 to $3,600 a year. So it's significantly more now. You're still looking at, if it goes back down to 2,000, you're still looking at $1,000 to $1,600 less per child per year. So you're thinking about $1,000 to $1,600 less. It's like a whole stimulus check, a big stimulus check less per child per year. If you got 2 or 3 children, that's a significant amount less. And don't forget that the Democrats in the third stimulus check package, when they passed that, they made some stipulations that made probably tens of millions of Americans qualify for that didn't qualify previously. So don't forget that as well. Now, all this is under consideration here. The White House has said, or negotiations, the White House has said that if they can pass this one way or another, whether they pass it under the Build Back Better package with Democrats only, and they just come to terms with Joe Manchin and pass it through the reconciliation process, or they pass it as a standalone bill with Republicans. Remember, there's multiple Republicans that are on board. Mitt Romney has his own bill for the child tax credits. It's actually more money. In some cases, for children under 6, it's actually more money. Instead of $300 per month, it's $350 per month. But Republicans want a couple different changes. They want a work requirement, which may mean that both the mother and the father have to work. It also may mean that there's an income threshold that could be as low as $60,000 total for a mother and a father combined. Okay, so there's a lot of different things in there. Again, everything is up for negotiation. I'll keep you up to date on this. Keep you up to date on everything. I cover everything here on my channel. I cover stimulus checks for adults, everybody. I cover the Social Security grades, updates, raises. I cover the cost of living adjustments. There's 2 or 3 bills that they're going to be pushing for hard this year to potentially raise Social Security raises. $200 per month in addition to the 5.9% cost of living adjustment, as well as the Social Security 2100 Act, which would raise Social Security benefits up to $1,341 per month for everybody eligible for Social Security, again, depending on the details that they work it out on. And we have student loan forgiveness. They just did $11.5 billion last year. And then they just had another big one that was $1.7 billion just went through as well. I'll be covering that again here just to recap that for you. So, in case anybody that falls under, which is probably a lot of people, I cover everything, and I cover the child tax credits. I cover Social Security. I cover pretty much everything because there's lots of different people that fall in different groups, and I want to cover all this stuff. Cover state stimulus checks. You think about California, 27 million people fall under that, but I cover all the different states. If Montana's doing a stimulus check, or Ohio, or whatever. I wish Ohio would do more. I get comments from people saying, "Why isn't Ohio doing more? Or, why isn't North Carolina doing more? Why isn't Florida doing more?" And I'm like, "Hey, I can only I can only report on what I see here." I always get something like, "Why isn't Tennessee doing more?" And I'm like, "Hey, you gotta talk to your governor, right?" Like, I just if I was the governor of your state, right, I'd be helping you out, bro. But I guess I can only do so much here, right? Like, if it was me, I'd be helping out the people in need. But yeah, that's a tough one. So it's just don't shoot the messenger, right? I'm only here to spread the good word and spread the cheer as best as I can. But hey, at least I feel like I've helped out a lot of people, because I definitely feel like a lot of people have not known about a lot of these problems. You think about rent assistance, mortgage assistance, utility assistance, and I know for a fact that I've gotten thank yous from thousands of people that said, "I would have never known about these programs." And I mean, I know that if you just ask a common person on the street, like, "Hey, did you know you could apply for rent assistance and get your rent paid for 12 months?" They'd be like, "What?" They'd have no ideas. So I'm gonna keep you up to date on all these different programs. I know that some of them you have to apply for, but hey, I mean, if you apply for them and you get it, you'd be like, "That was the best thing ever. Like, it was worth it." I know not everybody gets it, but I'm gonna keep you up to date with everything. Just daily news, what's going on here with our country, everything you need to know about on a daily basis. I'll link you to some of these things you can apply for. If you haven't yet, you definitely need to. It might take you 30 minutes to 40 minutes of your time, maybe an hour. But if you get it, it's definitely worth it. So make sure to click the subscribe button down below. It's completely free to do so. New videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks for being a part of our community and help us reach 400,000 subscribers. We're getting so close. You guys are amazing. You can click this top video here to watch our newest video next. This bottom video is how to apply for $500 to $1,500 of utility assistance. This top video over here is how to apply for 3 to 12 months of rent assistance and get your rent paid. And this bottom video is how to apply for up to $80,000 of homeowners assistance for homeowners. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.